And a very pleasant good evening and welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College. Brevard, North Carolina, nestled in the mountains of western North Carolina. Glad you're able to join us for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Tornadoes with a 4-4 record in the USA South Conference. This is a key conference matchup right here as the Tornadoes continue to march through the conference schedule and try to position themselves for postseason play. The Tornadoes hosting Piedmont University, the Lions. Piedmont with a 3-13 overall record, 3-5 in the USA South. And should be a lot of fun between these two. A Tuesday night, early evening affair. Brevard under the direction of head coach Anna Grant, assisted by Kia Kaufman. Athletic trainer is Noah Ressig. And Piedmont under the direction of head coach Jamie McCormick, assisted by Rachel Selmore. Well, stick with us. We're about 21 minutes away from Brevard versus Piedmont. Volleyball from the Bosch. And a very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Boshemer Gymnasium on the campus of Brevard College for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Piedmont University Lions versus the Brevard College Tornadoes. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First for the visitors from Piedmont. Number 3, Bree King. Number 7, Brooklyn Gunn. Number 8, Hannah Kate Chadwell. Number 12, Jacqueline Sampson. Number 16, Jessica Bile. Number 22, Jessica Sconyers. Number 24, Jenna Ash. Head coach of Piedmont is Jamie McCormick, assisted by Rachel Selmore. And now, ladies and gentlemen, your Brevard College Tornadoes. Number 3, Logan Pretty. Number 6, McKenna Parkins. Number 18, Caitlin Presley. Number 19, the libero Bailey Lance. Number 20, Kendall Rockstad. Number 21, Caroline Malfras. Number 23, Melanie Hoyle. Head coach of the Tornadoes is Anna Grant, assisted by Kia Kaufman. The athletic trainer is Noah Reisig. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you and good luck to both teams. Lions and Tornadoes coming up next. Glad you're able to join us for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Should be a good one between the Tornadoes and the Lions. Both these teams jockeying for position in USA South Conference postseason possibilities. Brevard with a 4-4 conference mark, and the Piedmont University Lions 3-5 in conference play. And just moments away from getting started here at the Boshemer Gymnasium, a 6 p.m. Eastern Time, early evening affair. And Tornadoes, Malfras, Lance, the libero, Parkins along that back line, and up front to start, Caitlin Presley, Kendall Rockstad, and Logan Pretty, the setter. Piedmont starters, King, Gunn, Chadwell, Sampson, Bile, Sconyers, and Ash. So Piedmont will start with the opening service here. And we are underway at the Bosch. Opening attack there by Presley. Then an attack from Ash. Here's Presley again. Dug up nicely by Bile. Big block there by the Tornadoes. Well done by Rockstad. Now Pretty setting up Rockstad. Long rally on this opening point between these two teams, and that attack is long, so Tornadoes able to win that first point. So Tornadoes with their first service, a 1-0 lead, and it's going to be an ace. An early ace for Bailey Lance, so very nicely done there. The ace has been such a weapon for the Tornadoes all season long. 5 times this season, double-digit ace totals. And that attack long as well, so the Lance service will continue. 3-0, early lead for the Nados. Hosting the Piedmont Lions. 4 points, 2 aces by Lance. Another ace there by Lance, and the Tornadoes off to a fast start here in this USA South Conference affair. For the left side, Lance puts that in play, and then that point's going to go to Piedmont. So Piedmont able to earn their first win, or first winner of the set, and Jacqueline Sampson with the serve, and it's going to be an ace for Sampson, so Piedmont returns the favor with an ace of their own, and just like that, the 4-0 lead has been cut in half, 4-2. Service error there, so point back to the Tornadoes, and substitute for the Tornadoes here, Emma Wester checking in, and serving from the right side will be Caitlin Presley, the sensational sophomore from right here in Brevard, North Carolina. So Presley with the serve from the right side. Received well by Piedmont. Then using some finesse there. Now an opportunity for the Tornadoes. Wester takes a whack at it. Here comes Piedmont the other way. King with the winner, so a kill for Piedmont and King, and 5-3 now the score, Tornadoes on top. This will be Hannah Kate Chadwell, the junior from Brunswick, Georgia, Brunswick High School, handling the service. Parkins, Presley, big hit there from Hoyle, dug up by the Lions. Now off the hands of Malfris, so point Lions, and just like that, a 5-4 advantage. Dug up there by Malfris. Here's Wester. And that point will go to the Lions as well. So Lions with a 5-5 advantage now here in period number 1. Parkins. Here come the Lions the other way. Up high, Parkins and Hoyle with the block. And checking in for the Tornadoes, Morgan Graham as well as Ashley Hoxett. And Graham will handle the service from the right side. And the serve from Graham. Dug up there by the Lions. Point Lions. So that point goes to the Lions, and a 6-6 tie. So tied once again here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. First set action just getting underway. Mary Grace Shaw, the sophomore from Lancaster, South Carolina, with the serve. Presley keeps that alive somehow, but that's going to be one too many hits for the Tornadoes. Point Lions. And the Lions now with a 7-6 lead. Presley setting up Hoxett. Big hit there from Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. A big point there for the NATOs to tie it once again at 7. So NATOs ran out to a 4-0 start in this one and then several tied scores ever since. Now Melanie Hoyle, exciting freshman from Silva, North Carolina, Smoky Mountain High School. And an ace there for Hoyle. Point Tornadoes. Melanie Hoyle. You know, if this was baseball or softball, that would be considered a changeup. Really fooling the Lions defensively. And there's another one. So Hoyle going with kind of that off-speed serve. A lot of spin on that as well. Graham setting up Hoxett. Hoxett with a hit and the finish. Point Tornadoes. So Ashley Hoxett now, and the Tornadoes with a bit of a scoring run of their own, 3 straight points. And much of it happening with Melanie Hoyle handling the service. And she goes with that serve once again, the off speed. And then using some finesse herself was Wester. That's going to fall just inside the line. So nice job by Piedmont. Point Lions. To find that open piece of real estate on the Boschmer Gymnasium court. Graham, Presley, Wester. Back the other way. Here comes the Lions. Point Lions. Do want to make a correction. That was Rockstad, not Wester on that last attack for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, 9-9 your score, set number 1. Jump serve here from King, and that's an ace for King. Point Lions. And so the Lions now wrestling back the lead, 10-9. Graham, Lance, and Hoxett on the back line looking to receive the King serve. Presley setting up Hoxett. Hoxett with the big hit there and the finish. Point Tornadoes. So the Tornadoes able to tie it up once again. Several tied scores as of late, and see if the Tornadoes could perhaps pull away one of the better servers for the Tornadoes, the freshman Logan Pretty out of Greensboro, North Carolina, serving from the right side. Point Lions. So the Lions able to handle that serve well, and then the finish, so 11-10. So back and forth we go, Lions and Tornadoes. Serve from Bile. Here's Hoxett. And that's going to be wide left. And actually off. It's going to be a Tornado point. Point Tornadoes. So 11-11 the score. So the Tornadoes able to win that point after all. Looked like that had sailed wide. It must have gone off a Piedmont hand. Meanwhile, here's Hoxett. That's going to be an ace. Point Tornadoes. Ashley Hoxett delivering the ace. It just continues to be a weapon for these NATOs. And the serve from Hoxett. That's going to be wide on this near side, so point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. 13-11 your score. NATOs on top. And the serve from Hoxett. Uses some power on that one. Back in Piedmont all the way up. Now here comes the NATOs. Presley sends it over. Now an opportunity for the Tornadoes once again. Pretty setting up Rockstad. Dug up there by Hoxett. Pretty again. Here's Parkins. Nice dig there by Bile. Point will go to the Tornadoes, however. Point Tornadoes. And the scoring run continues. 4 straight for the Tornadoes. And Ashley Hoxett getting it done. during her service opportunity. Pretty going backside to Presley, and that's another point for the Nados. Point, Tornadoes. So big hit there by Presley. Nifty set by Pretty. And the scoring run continues. Now 5-0 for the Nados. And an ace there, make it a 6-0 scoring run. Point, Tornadoes. So the Tornadoes on a bit of a tear suddenly. Dug up there by DeCarlo. Point, Tornadoes. So a timeout on the court. A 7-0 scoring run for the Tornadoes have built a 6-point lead, and Tornadoes up 17-11 here, set number 1. Back to action here at the Bosch River Gymnasium. The Tornadoes already with 5 service aces. So 5 of their 17 points have come via the service ace. That's a big number early on here. We mentioned before how strong the service ace has been this year for the Tornadoes. 5 times this season going over the double-digit service ace mark. And 17-11 now the lead for the Nados. And that's another ace there. Ace number 6 by the Nados. Point, Tornadoes. And meanwhile, an 8-0 scoring run. Point, Lions. So the scoring run is snapped there on the service error, and the ball will go back to the Lions. But that was the sort of separation we've been looking for all match. Building a 7-point lead at one point, the largest of the match so far. After several tied scores. Here's Piedmont. Point, Tornadoes. That attack sails wide, and so another point for the Tornadoes. So back to a 7-point lead, their largest of the set. And serving from the left side will be Bailey Lance, the libero. Sophomore out of nearby Mills River, West Henderson High School. Tornadoes coming off a win over the weekend versus Wesleyan. Here's Parkins. Parkins again. Hoyle sends it over. Now an opportunity for the Lions. And that's going to sail well long, so there'll be a point for the Tornadoes. Point, Tornadoes. And the Lance service will continue. Point, Tornadoes. So Tornadoes inching closer now to pay dirt here in the first set. Just 4 points away from a set win. A service error there will go back to the Lions. Point Lions. Serving for the Lions will be Sampson. Dug up there by Lance. Here's Hoyle. Point Lions. So Bile, the libero, took a dive at it there, but did not touch the volleyball, and it ended up just wide. So that point goes to the Lions. Here's Parkins. Parkins with a big hit and a kill from McKenna Parkins. Point Tornadoes. McKenna Parkins, the sophomore from Marion, North Carolina, dual sport athlete, member of the women's basketball team as well, and product of McDowell High School. Serve from Presley. Local product out of Brevard. Now Presley setting to set up Hoyle. Here comes Piedmont the other way. Big hit there by King. So Bree King, the junior from Springfield, Georgia. Point Lions. So King getting it done there on the attack. And Hannah Kate Chadwell will handle the service once again. Received by Lance. Presley. Hoyle. Now Hoyle goes up high and just slams it home. Point Tornadoes. Exclamation point there by Melanie Hoyle. Graham and Hoxett will check in. Graham will handle the service. 23-15 your score. Set number 1. Serve from Graham. Tornadoes able to somehow keep that alive on the defensive end. Now Hoxett unable to get it over the net. It'll be a Point Lions. Point Lions. So service now by Mary Grace Shaw, the sophomore from Lancaster, South Carolina, Buford High School. Presley setting up Hoyle. That's a kill for Hoyle. Set point for the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. Set point. So Hoyle will be rewarded after that kill with a service opportunity here on a set point situation. 24-16, and the serve by Hoyle. That one falls just short, so service error back to the Lions. Point Lions. The remains, of course, set point. A big cushion here for the Tornadoes. Up now by 7 points. Hoxett. Herman with the attack, and that point will go to the Tornadoes. Set Tornadoes. And the Tornadoes win set number 1, 25-17. Set number 2 coming up next. So the Tornadoes with a 25-17 set 1 victory. And we'll bring you some of those first set statistics and all the action from set number 2 coming up next. Thanks for joining us, Brevard College Volleyball from the Bosch. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, a 25-17 Brevard win in set number 1. So Brevard leading 1-0. Ashley Hoxa with 4 kills, 3 service aces. Tornadoes has a team with 6 service aces. Presley with 2 to go along with Hoxa's 3 aces, and also Melanie Hoyle had an ace. Parkins also with 2 kills. And Hoyle with 2 kills as well. Bailey Lance with 3 digs. And Presley with 3 assists. Pretty with 4 assists. The Lions were led offensively by King with 4 kills. Gunn had 7 assists. 3 service aces for the Lions. King, Shaw, and Sampson. And defensively, DeCarlo and Bile each with 4 digs. Gunn and Herman each with 3 digs. It all adds up to a 25-17 Piedmont falling short in set number 1 to the Tornadoes. This is a key USA South Conference contest as these two teams are right next to each other in the standings and jockeying for position. USA South Conference Volleyball Tournament, a few weeks. And certainly a critical one between these two. Piedmont so serve here for Lance. Here's Hoyle. Big hit there. Now a big hit from Presley. Back the other way, here come the Tornadoes. Presley with another big hit there, dug up. Now Pretty up high. Hoyle sends it across. It's becoming a compelling rally, and Tornadoes able to come away with the victory. Point Tornadoes. So entertaining rally there on the first point of the second set. Lance. Parkins with a big hit. Now Hoyle. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes now with a 2-0 lead here in set number 2. Tornadoes ran out to a 4-0 advantage at the start of the first set. Piedmont worked their way back, and then a big scoring run for the Tornadoes to pull away. Point Tornadoes. And right here, a 3-0 advantage as Lance goes back to work. Meanwhile, another ace for the Tornadoes. 7 service aces. We're only in the second set, just getting started here in the second set. Here come the Lions. Big hit there for Presley, dug up nicely by King. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes, just like they did in set number 1, a 4-0 lead. To start the set. Point Tornadoes. And meanwhile, the service aces just continue to add up, and meanwhile a 5-0 lead for the Nados. Service error there, so the Lions will wrestle the service back. Point Lions. 8 service aces. That's 8 of the 30 points that the Tornadoes have won thus far. have been via the service ace. Just a remarkable number early on here. And still waiting on the ruling here. So they're going to replay that last point, and it's a service error, so point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. And that'll be a service now for Caitlin Presley. So 6-1 now, the Tornadoes on top, and Presley with the serve. Point Lions. So a 6-2 advantage for the Lions now. Or check that the Tornadoes, and Lions able to win that last point. Chadwell with the serve, the junior from Brunswick, Georgia. Serve from Chadwell. Off the top of the net. Presley now setting up Hoyle. Big hit there for Piedmont. That was Jenna Ash. Point Lions. Freshman from Cleveland, Georgia, White County High School. From that right side, showing some considerable power there, Jenna Ash. Meanwhile, service will continue here for Hannah Kate Chadwell. Tornadoes on that back line, led by the libero, Bailey Lance. Ready to receive this serve from Chadwell. And serve sails long, so service error, point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So 7-3, Tornadoes on top. The senior Morgan Graham out of Covington, Virginia, Allegheny High School with the serve. Serve from Graham. Presley digs that up. Here's Hoxett. Hoxett with a big hit. Now here comes the Lions the other way. Attempt at a block there. Point Lions. Point Lions. Wester got up high, trying to block that Lion attack, but the block sailed wide. Point goes to Piedmont. Here's Mary Grace Shaw, the sophomore from Lancaster, South Carolina. Dug up there by Graham. She went way low to keep that one alive, but it's going to be point Lions. Tornadoes not able to do anything with it. Point Lions. So now the Lions with the service. Point Tornadoes. So Hoyle with the serve. And that's going to be a kill for the Lions. Point Lions. So an 8-5 advantage. Make it 8-6 now. And another service for the Lions. Bree King. King with 6 kills, 5 digs, and an ace thus far. And King with the jump serve. Graham digs it up. Presley setting up Hoxett. Hoxett then going up high for the block. Somehow Piedmont keeps this alive. Lance, Presley, Hoxett. Dug up there by Bile. Here's Sampson. Dug up by Graham. Presley has no choice but to send it over. Here's Piedmont. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to win that rally, and build on their lead even further. 9-6 here in set number 2. Already up 1-0. And Logan Pretty back into the match to handle the service duties. Pretty also a highly efficient setter, as we saw right there. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So 10-6 now the score. Serve from Pretty. Graham. Pretty once again, setting up Presley. Pretty somehow keeps that alive, as does Lance. Now Presley gives it a whack. Here come the Lions. Big hit there from Sampson. Pretty now setting up Hoxett. Hoxett with a big time hit there. Point Tornadoes. Hoxett showing that power from the left side. And the Logan Pretty service will continue. There's Sampson again, and that's a kill for Jacqueline Sampson, the junior from Evans, Georgia. Point Lions. So 11-7 your score. And Libero, the senior from Alpharetta, Georgia, South Forsyth High School. Jessica Baio will handle the service. Here's Presley. Point Tornadoes. So now Hoxett will handle the service. Jump serve from Hoxett. Presley. Pretty. Parkins sends it over. Lance. Pretty. Presley. Attack error there. It'll be Point Lions. Point Lions. So 12-8 your score. Vanessa Manzo, the freshman from Goodyear, Arizona. The Strela Foothills. Here's Presley. Back the other way comes Piedmont. Parkins. Presley. That will sail long, so point for the Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes with a 13-8 lead, and Bailey Lance will handle the service. Lance digs that up. Parkins will send it over. Big hit there for Ash. And point for the Lions. Point Lions. Jenna Ash, the freshman, from the right side. Meanwhile, Sampson will go back to work with the service. Pretty setting up Hoyle. Here's King. Dug up there by Lance. Parkins. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to build a 5-point lead here, and now Presley will serve once again. Presley has been starting to rack up in her collegiate career triple doubles, something you don't see too often in volleyball. Double-digit sets, or check that, assists, digs, and kills. Point Lions. So 14-10 now. And service here for Chadwell. Presley, Parkins. And slamming the door there is Piedmont. Point Lions. Point Lions. So Lions with a couple back-to-back points and trying to get things going on their end. Presley setting up Wester, and the finish by Wester. Point Tornadoes. Emma Wester, the freshman from Surfside Beach, South Carolina, St. James High School. Morgan Graham checks back in. She'll handle the service duties. So Graham, Lance, Hoxett, Presley, Wester, and Hoyle on the floor for the Tornadoes. Point Lions. That kill finds the right side of the line for the Lions, and so Lions will go back to work on the service. Mary Grace Shaw with the serve. Hoxett. Lance. Hoxett once again. Now an opportunity for the Lions. Dug up there by Lance. Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to earn the service opportunity for Melanie Hoyle. Meanwhile, Rockstad checks back in. Point Lions. Service error there, so point for the Lions, and service opportunity here for Bree King. She has an ace, 7 kills, 5 digs. Jump serve from King. Presley, and that's going to be a error on Presley, and Lions earning another point there. Point Lions. Graham, Presley, setting up Hoxett. Hoxett again. Dug up there by Bile. Presley now setting up Wester. This rally starting to become a bit compelling between these two teams, but Hoxett's attack wide on the far side. It'll be Point Lions. Point Lions. So Brevard 16, Piedmont 15, set number 2. Brevard up 1 set to 0. Graham. Presley tried to fool Piedmont there with that last set. Meanwhile, point goes to the Lions. Point Lions. Timeout on the court. Timeout on the court with your score 16-16, set number 2. Point Lions. So a service ace there by King. Point Lions. So the Lions, meanwhile, have worked their way back into the lead here in this second set. Graham with the dig. Here's Wester. Here come the Lions. Point Tornadoes. So that attack sail is long, just what the doctor ordered for the Tornadoes to stop that Piedmont scoring run. Meanwhile, Logan Pretty back into the match. Familiar role for Pretty, handling the service. Big hit there from Hoxett. Long, however, Point Lions. Point Lions. Point Tornadoes. So 19-18, getting into crunch time here between the Lions and the Tornadoes, and Tornadoes able to earn that point. Point Tornadoes. So another tie score here, 19-19 your score. Here's Presley. Presley now setting up Parkins. Parkins with a big hit there. Point Lions. So the Lions able to take a 20-19 lead. First time in this match that the Lions have seen the 20-point mark. And serve here for Manzo, the Arizona native. Here's Presley. Big hit there from Presley. Presley then digs it up. Parkins on the left side. Off the roof here at the Boshamer Gymnasium. Continuing play. Presley, Pretty, back to Presley. And that'll sail wide. Point Lions. Point Lions. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes able to earn back the service opportunity. And it'll be Lance from the left side. And that serve will sail long, so service error. And the Lions able to take a 22-20 lead, and Point Lions. And Jessica Sconyers check that, actually Sampson with the serve, and it'll be service error, so Tornadoes able to win a point. 22-21. Presley with the serve for the Nados. The serve from Presley. Point, Tornadoes. Big time block there at the net on the defensive end. Hoyle and Parkins combining for that block. Really well done by those two. Now an opportunity on the offensive end for the Tornadoes. Parkins with a hit. Point Lions. A little too much on that one, and so now the Lions just 2 points away from a second set victory. Parkins digs that up. Here's Wester. Dug up well by Herman of the Lions. Somehow Parkins kept that alive. Now a block by Parkins and Hoyle. Then Hoyle tries to send it over. Point Lions. Timeout on the court. So a timeout's taken by head coach Anna Grant of the Brevard College Tornadoes. And meanwhile, the Lions able to win that last point and set up a set point situation. No room for error here in this second set for the Tornadoes. Trailing 24. So a set point opportunity here for the Lions. And the Lions win set number 2, 25-22. So the Lions win the second set 25-22. And kind of a tough break there for the Tornadoes. At one point, felt like it could go either way, but Lions able to set up that set point opportunity and then get it done there. That final service ace by Hannah Kate Chadwell. So we'll head to set number 3, all tied up in sets 1-1 here at the Bosch. So back to action here at the Bosmer Gymnasium. Set number 3, these two teams tied up 1 set apiece. Sending it over there is Lance. Here come the Lions. Attack there by Sampson. Beautiful dig there by Malfris of the Tornadoes. And then the finish. Point Tornadoes. So good opening point there for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes, this has been the trend so far, have won the opening point of every set. And in fact, gone on scoring runs to start each set. Here's Pretty setting up Parkins, but that'll go long. Point Lions. Point Lions. So that point back to the Tornadoes. So Presley will handle the service. And the jump serve from Presley. Going up high for the block there to try to defend the attack from Ash. Parkins and Hoyle were there, but the block goes out of bounds. Point Lions. And the point goes to the Lions. So Chadwell will handle the serve. Presley setting up Hoyle. King dug up by Malfris, saved momentarily by Parkins. Lance got a hand on it, ended up into the audience here at the Bosmer Gymnasium. Presley. Parkins with a big hit there. Point Lions. And so the Lions now with a 4-2 lead. And service will continue for Chadwell. And service error, so point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. 4-3 your score. Morgan Graham, the senior, the veteran out of the state of Virginia. Point Lions. Service error there, so point back to the Lions. Serve here by Shaw. Point Lions. Service ace by Shaw. That's her 3rd of the match. Each team now with 8 service aces. So that's certainly been a storyline in this one. Here's Presley. Presley setting up Wester and unable to make that connection. Point Lions. Point Lions. So just like that, Piedmont with a 7-3 lead over Brevard here in set number 3. Tied up 1 set apiece. Presley setting up Hoxit, and that'll sail long. Point Lions. Timeout on the court. So a timeout on the court with the Lions up 8-3 here in set number 3. So back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, set number 3. Piedmont and Brevard all knotted up one set apiece, but Piedmont staking an early advantage here in set number 3. Point Lions. So some sort of rotation error on Brevard there, and point goes to the Lions. Apparently some sort of lineup issue. And meanwhile, Lions now with 2 straight points out of the timeout. Point Lions. So 10-3. Piedmont's scoring run continues. Here come the Tornadoes trying to get something going offensively after the Lions are starting to take control here in the 3rd set, and that attack sails long, so Tornadoes needed that. Point Tornadoes. Entering the match now, Grace Pucas, the junior from Valrico, Florida. First look at Grace this match, and Grace almost pulls off an ace there. Somehow Piedmont was able to keep that serve off the floor, but then the finish by Hoxett. Point Tornadoes. So a critical point here. 2 straight points for the Tornadoes after trailing 10-3. So service error there, so point back to the Lions. So 11-5 Lions on top here, set number 3. King with 3 aces with the serve. Jump serve from King. Graham, Presley. Here come the Lions on the attack there. Scaniers. Point Lions. And the Lions able to stretch their lead to 7 points here, 12-5. Hoxett. Hoxett, no choice just to send it over that time. Graham, Presley, here's Hoxett again. And somehow that made its way on the Piedmont side of the net. Point Tornadoes. Kind of a wild situation. Ball just popped right up and landed on just the right side of the net. Meanwhile, a 12-6 advantage for Piedmont. A little bit of moisture on the playing surface here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Want to get that all dried up. Player safety at a paramount. Serve from Pretty. And an ace from Logan Pretty. Point Tornadoes. So count the ace for Pretty. That's ace number 9 for the Tornadoes. Graham keeps that alive. Pretty. Hoxett. Point Lions. Lions 13, Tornadoes 7 here in set number 3. Pretty. Tried to connect there with Rockstad. Point Lions. That point goes the direction of the Lions. doubling up the Tornadoes at the moment, 14-7. Pretty. Setting up Presley that time. Well received by the Lions. Big time dig there by Lance, and now Presley on the attack again. DiCarlo sending it over for the Lions. Now Hoxett. DiCarlo once again. Sampson. Now here come the Tornadoes. Presley. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes get the better part of that rally and cut the deficit to 6 points here in set number 3. And service now for Ashley Hoxett, freshman from Balsam Grove, Rossman High School. Serve from Hoxett. Here's Presley. Nice job by the blockers of Piedmont. Point Tornadoes. So Tornadoes now cutting the deficit to 5 points. So Hoxett seeing if she can get a scoring run going. Back in set number 1, the big run came with Hoxett serving. Lance, Pretty, Presley. Slamming the door there is Rockstad. Point Tornadoes. Kendall Rockstad, freshman from Kannapolis. And Tornadoes continue to try to make things happen with a scoring run here. 14-10, the serve from Hoxett. Pretty. There's Parkins. DiCarlo sends it over, dug up by Hoxett. Parkins trying to use some finesse there. Here's Sampson. The finish by Sampson and the Lions. Point Lions. Service here from Manzo. Point Lions. So the Lions able to win a couple points and take a 6-point lead once again here. Set number 3, 16-10, the advantage. Point Tornadoes. Service error there as Manzo's serve just went wide, and Tornadoes will regain the service and see if they can chip into this Piedmont lead even further. Lance, Pretty. There's Parkins. Presley, nifty little kill there by Presley. Point Tornadoes. Really inventive attack there, using the finesse to find the open part of that Piedmont defense. And Tornadoes chip away even further, 16-12. Big hit there. Point Tornadoes. But that attack sails wide and long. So Tornadoes inching closer. 16-13 now the score here. Point Lions. Lions able to stop that scoring run, and Sampson will handle the service duties. Lions leading 17-13 here. All tied up one set apiece. Pretty, setting up Hoyle. Dug up there by Malfris. Then a dig the other way by Bile. Here's Presley. Bile once again, the libero of Piedmont, and Tornadoes able to win that point. Point Tornadoes. The Caitlin Presley kill, and she's rewarded with a service opportunity here. 17-14 the score, period number 3. On the court for the Tornadoes, Malfris, Lance, Parkins, Wester, Hoyle, and Presley handling the serve. Point Tornadoes. 17-15 now the advantage for Piedmont. So Tornadoes sticking right with this. But the service error certainly not helping the cause. 18-15 now, Piedmont on top. So that point goes back to the Tornadoes. So 18-16 your score, period number 3. And Morgan Graham is checked in to handle the serve. Point Tornadoes. And credit the service ace to Graham. Service ace now in the double-digit category, 6th time this season by the Tornadoes. Such a weapon all season long. Here's Presley setting up Hoxett. Point Lions. So 19-17 now the advantage. And the Lions will go back to work on the service. Mary Grace Shaw with the serve for Piedmont. With the left hand, Shaw. Presley setting up Wester. Point Tornadoes. So 19-18. And Hoyle with the serve for the Tornadoes. Point Lions. So Lions now hitting the 20-point mark and leading 20-18. King will handle the service. Graham. Presley. Hoxett. Opportunity for the Lions now. Point Tornadoes. Looked like Sampson might have gone into the net there, so point goes the Tornadoes' direction, and tight situation here. Set number 3. Point Lions. 21-19 now. Lions on top. Graham. Presley with a big-time hit there. Point Tornadoes. Caitlin Presley with authority on that kill. And Tornadoes now trailing 21-20. Hoxett with the serve. Presley now leading all players with 10 kills. Parkins. Credit the kill to McKenna Parkins, all tied up at 21. Point Tornadoes. So 21-21, period number 3. Serve from Parkins. Presley. Pretty, setting up Presley in the finish. Point Tornadoes. Caitlin Presley. And the Tornadoes now 22-21. Really fought hard to work their way back into this third set. Impressive work by Brevard, and now just 3 points away from potentially taking a 2-1 lead in sets. Presley. Here come the Tornadoes. Big hit there by Rockstad. Hoxett. Here come the Lions. Point Tornadoes. So a big finish there by Parkins, and Tornadoes inching closer, 23-21. 2 points away now. This is such a critical set, this set number 3 in these best of 5 scenarios. Presley. Piedmont trying to keep things alive on their end. Great job with the block there by Rockstad. Point Lions. Lions able to find that part of the court that was open, so got to hand it to the Lions. Just when you really felt a lot of the momentum starting to go the Tornadoes' way. Meanwhile, Manzo will handle the service.
I know you're thinking about it. All the pressure, it's on you. One.
23-22. So the serve now by Manzo, 23-22. Lance, Pretty. Here's Presley. Dug up nicely there by DiCarlo of the Lions. Point Tornadoes. Set point. So a set point situation for the Tornadoes, 24-22. Big moment here, Lance. Service ace for Lance. Tornadoes take set number 3. Tornadoes take set number 3, 25-22, leads 2-1. So the Tornadoes really battled back nicely in that third set, taking a 25-22 win in set number 3. And we'll head to set number 4, and Tornadoes now in the driver's seat suddenly, leading 2-1. Back to action here at the Boschford Gymnasium, where the Tornadoes are very impressive in that third set, coming from behind to take the 25-22 set 3 win. Brevard won the first set 25-17. Piedmont evened things up in set number 2 with a 25-22 win, and then Tornadoes with a 25-22 set 3 victory. Tornadoes have been led by Caitlin Presley, 11 kills, 7 assists, 4 digs. Ashley Hoxett with 8 kills, 3 service aces, 5 digs. McKenna Parkins with 5 kills. Tornadoes as a team, 11 service aces, led by Bailey Lance with 5 service aces. And right on cue, Bailey Lance will handle the service for the Tornadoes. Tornadoes have won the opening point of every set thus far. See if they can do it again here in set number 4. Actually, that streak will end, so Lions with point number 1 here, set number 4. Point Lions. Jenna Ash will do the duties for the Piedmont University Lions. Freshman from Cleveland, Georgia, White County High School. Serve from Ash. Presley. Pretty. Here's Parkins. Lance keeps it alive. Pretty goes backside to Presley. Sampson's attack is blocked by the Tornadoes, and then good finish there by the Lions. Hannah Kate Chadwell, point Lions. Her second kill of the evening. Lions have been led by Brianna King with 8 kills, 18 assists for Manzo. Gunn has 7 assists. Service ace has been the friend of Piedmont as well. They have 9 of those. 4 by Shaw, 3 by King to lead the charge. 25 digs by Bile, 11 digs by DeCarlo. So that gets you up to date on all the numbers. Meanwhile, kill there by Caitlin Presley. Point Tornadoes. Presley now leading all players with 12 kills. And Presley will have another service opportunity here. Jump serve from Presley. Dug up there by King. Somehow saved by King in the bench area of Piedmont. Point Lions. So Lions able to win that point. What a save by King, meanwhile. All the way in her bench area. Somehow saved that volleyball, kept the point alive. The Lions win the point, now leading 3-1 here, set number 4. Presley setting up Parkins. Big hit there from Parkins. Point Tornadoes. McKenna Parkins. Big time finish there, and that'll bring in Morgan Graham. One of just 2 seniors on this year's club. Morgan Graham and Brooke Groves. Point Lions. Lions able to respond quickly there, answer back, and take a 4-2 lead. Brooklyn Gunn with the service. Sophomore from York, South Carolina, and an ace for Dunn. Point Lions. Point Tornadoes. So Melanie Hoyle will do the honors. Point Tornadoes. 5-4 now. The Piedmont lead here in set number 4. Hoyle. We talked about it earlier, using a bit of a change-up type serve, using the left hand. And when it just gets over the net like that, it's very difficult to receive. Finish there by Hoyle, helping her own cause. Point Tornadoes. So all knotted up here at 5. And we'll see the service once again from Hoyle. It's really a fascinating style of service. You can see the defenders with laser focus trying to make sure they receive it effectively, and Piedmont able to take care of business that time and win the point, up 6-5 now. Point Lions. Point Lions. Point Lions. So the Lions, meanwhile, with 3 straight points now, 8-5 the advantage, all coming off as of late on the serve here by King. Another ace there by King, and that serve long, so service error, Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. 8-6 your score, and Logan Pretty will check back in. Pretty has a service ace to her credit this evening. Also has led the Tornadoes. 16 assists. Serve from Pretty. Dug up there by Lance. Pretty then goes backside to Presley. Dug up there by Bile of the Lions. Pretty. Lance. Here's Hoxit. Up high for the block, but the block ends up going wide. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. Mercado was checked in for the Lions. She was involved in that last battle at the net. Meanwhile, Lions 8, Tornadoes 7. Tornadoes leading 2-1. Slight delay due to a little bit of a cleanup once again, aisle 2. And looks like everything is all set and ready to go here. Ready to rock and roll here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. 8-7 your score, Piedmont on top. The serve from Pretty. Point Tornadoes. So the Pretty service continues. 8-8 now the score. Pretty, the freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina, Grimsley High School. Using some power that time on the serve. Point Lions. Block attempt by the Tornadoes, but ends up out of bounds, and Lions able to regain the service. The senior libero, Jessica Bile, out of Alpharetta, Georgia, with the serve. Difficult serve to handle there, but Graham somehow got a hand on it. And meanwhile, Tornadoes unable to put together an offensive attack on the Bile serve. Point Lions. Point Lions. Point Tornadoes. So Presley once again using the power to regain the point for the Tornadoes. Point Lions. That attack sails long, so point to the Lions. Point Tornadoes. Another big time hit there from Presley. And tight goings here, set number 4. Bailey Lance with the service once again. She's been the hot hand with the serve for the Tornadoes so far tonight. Another ace there for Lance. Point Tornadoes. So 11-11 your score. Lance now with 6 service aces. Lead all players in that category. Point Tornadoes. So a 12-11 advantage for the Tornadoes as the Lance service continues. Point Tornadoes. So another service ace for Lance. Make it 7 aces. And Lance starting to put together career performance here. 13-11. Point Tornadoes. Opportunity here for the Tornadoes. Presley once again. Dug up nicely there by DiCarlo. Here's Presley. Dug up that time by Sampson. Point Lions. Jenna Ash getting it done for the Lions, and Ash will be rewarded with the service herself. So another cleanup on Piedmont's side of the net. Tornadoes leading 2-1 in sets. Must-win set here for Piedmont Center 4. Tornadoes would like nothing more than to put this one away. Meanwhile, worth noting, Bailey Lance, the 7 service aces, Point Lions. As there was a service ace right there from Ash. Both these teams getting it done with the ace. Bailey Lance, 7 service aces. Career high in a Tornado uniform. That attack by Hoyle sails wide, so another point for the Lions, and service continues here for Ash. And that'll be saved by Hoyle, so the point will continue. Point ultimately goes to the Lions. Point Lions. Ash. Powerful serve there. Went with the fastball. Big hit there. Dug up by Lance. Pretty. Setting up Presley. Presley using the touch. Somehow saved by Piedmont. Here's Pretty again. Setting up Hoyle this time. Kept alive once again by the Lions. King sends it over. Pretty now setting up Presley once again. Dug up there by Bile. Chadwell sends it over. Pretty setting up Presley again. And the finish by Presley. Point Tornadoes. So a compelling point there. Presley had several strong attacks and ultimately the finish. 15-15 all tied up here in points here in set number 4. Tornadoes up 2-1 in sets. Big finish there by King. Point Lions. King lead in the Lions. 8 digs, 9 kills. Actually, Sampson, the statistical leader at the moment with 10 kills for Piedmont. As that sails wide, Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. That'll bring in Morgan Graham once again. Serve from Graham. Here come the Lions. And count it for the Lions. Point Lions. Able to find that opening in the front line of the Tornadoes to finish off that point. 17-16 your score. A tight fourth set. Lance. Presley hawks it. Dug up there nicely by Graham after the block by the Lions. Point Lions. King with the kill for the Lions. That's her 10th kill. So both King and Sampson with double-digit kills for Piedmont. 18-16 your score. Graham, Lance, and Hoxett, along with Hoyle, Wester, and Presley on the court for the Tornadoes. Service error there, just what the doctor ordered from the Tornadoes' perspective. 18-17 now your score. Point Tornadoes. So Hoyle now with the serve. Up high for the block there by Hoxett, but handled by the Lions. An opportunity there, and then a big-time block. Count it for Kendall Rockstad. Point Tornadoes. Kendall Rockstad going up high, and then just beautifully done to slam the door. A rejection by Rockstad. 18-18, all tied up here, period number 4. Crunch time between these two clubs. Service error there, so another point for the Lions. Point Lions. Jump serve there. Graham. Wester keeps it alive. Big hit there, long. Point Tornadoes. All tied up in 19. Pretty checking in. She'll handle the service. Wester heads to the bench, part of this rotation. So Pretty, Graham, Lance, Hoxett, Rockstad, and Presley for the Tornadoes. Here come the Lions. And that's a finish for the Lions. And Lions able to get to the 20-point mark. Point Lions. So Jessica Bile will handle the service. And an ace. Point Lions. Timeout on the court for the Tornadoes. So 21-19 here, period number 4. Certainly from the Tornadoes' perspective, you would like to see this finished off here in the 4th set. Piedmont, a must-win situation in this set, down 2-1. Tornadoes have been led by Caitlin Presley, 15 kills, 9 assists, 4 digs. Ashley Hoxett has 9 kills and 5 digs. McKenna Parkins, 6 kills. Meanwhile, Melanie Hoyle with 4 kills herself. Logan Pretty with 20 assists, 24 digs for Bailey Lance. And Caroline Malfors with 6 digs as well. Lance with a career high in a Tornado uniform, 7 aces. Meanwhile, Piedmont, Jessica Bile, the libero, leading the Lions with 29 digs, and she has 1 service ace to her credit. We just saw that before this timeout. Here come the Tornadoes. Presley, big hit there off the hand of the Lions defender. Point Tornadoes. Point Tornadoes. So now Hoxett will serve for the Nados. Freshman from Balsam Grove. 21-20. The serve from Hoxett. Jump serve from Hoxett. Bile goes low to keep it alive. Attack there by Ash. Here's Presley. Presley with the big hit and the finish. Point Tornadoes. 21-21. Ashley Hoxett continue to see if she can keep things going with the serve. She's had a few effective serving runs. Lance, pretty. Presley again. Opportunity for the Lions. Ash. Presley was there for the block, but it goes out of bounds. Point Lions. Point Lions. Malfris checks in. Hoxett takes a breather. Meanwhile, rotation for Piedmont equals another service opportunity for Manzo. Manzo with 24 assists in this one, 6 digs. 22-21, tight fourth set here at the Bosch. Pretty. And the finish there by Presley. Point Tornadoes. And we are all tied up at 22. And another service opportunity here for Bailey Lance. Career high 7 aces. See if she can add to that total. Dug up there by Bile. No choice here but Malfris to send it over. Does so effectively. Here come the Lions in the meantime. Lance digs that up. Pretty. Setting up Parkins. Big hit there by Parkins in the finish. Point Tornadoes. Crowd starting to get going here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Crunch time for the Tornadoes. 23-22 and a timeout on the court. Piedmont's going to regroup here. Sort of a do or die situation from the Lions' perspective. Tornadoes 2 points away from a set and a match win potentially. It's been a fun one here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, and we can't underscore just how important this matchup is in the USA South Conference standings. These two teams jockeying for position. We're really getting towards the critical part of the season, not just in volleyball, but in all the fall sports. Be sure to check out men's and women's soccer. They'll be in action tomorrow at Islamel Family Field, and also on Saturday, senior day for those two sports. Meanwhile, 23-22, Bailey Lance with the serve. Tornadoes 2 points away from celebrating a win potentially. Piedmont has other ideas, but actually point's gonna go to the Tornadoes. It's match point, folks. Point Tornadoes, set point, match point. So a match point situation here for Lance and company. Lance, here's Pretty. Big hit there from Presley. Count it, and the Tornadoes win. Tornadoes win. Tornadoes win in 4 sets, 3 sets to 1. Win set number 4, 25-22. Congratulations to the Tornadoes, and Tornadoes will be back in action after a series of road matches Saturday, October 30th, right here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Be sure to check out men's and women's soccer tomorrow at Islamel Family Field, and thank you for joining us once again for this edition of Brevard College Volleyball. Have a great rest of your evening. Your final score for the final time. Tornadoes win 3-1. Go Tornadoes. So the Tornadoes with the 3-1 victory and able to take the win over the Lions. So the Tornadoes able to come away with an impressive victory. This was a critical one, and win a season sweep over Piedmont. It's worth mentioning these two teams met back on September the 22nd at Piedmont in Demorest, Georgia, and also a 4-set win for the Tornadoes. So feel good moment here for the Tornadoes, and Tornadoes able to earn the victory 3-1. Brevard won set number 1, 25-17. Piedmont then a 25-22 win in set number 2, all tied up, 1 set apiece. That third set was critical. Piedmont seemed to be in the driver's seat, and then Brevard came back for a 25-22 set 3 win. That set up this final 4th set, 25-22, Brevard on top. Brevard led by Caitlin Presley, 19 kills, 9 assists, 4 digs. Ashley Hoxett had 9 kills to go along with 5 digs and 3 aces. McKenna Parkins, 7 kills and 4 digs. Melanie Hoyle, 4 kills. Also with a couple kills, Emma Wester and Kendall Rockstad. And Tornadoes led defensively by Bailey Lance with 26 digs. She also had a career-high 7 service aces, Bailey Lance did. Very impressive with the service ace. And Logan Pretty with 25 assists. Meanwhile, Piedmont, led by Bree King with 10 kills. Also, Sampson and Ash had 10 kills, so 3 Lions with double-digit kills. Manzo had 24 assists. Gunn had 12 assists. DeCarlo, 13 digs. Bile, 29 digs. And it all adds up to a 3-1 Tornadoes win. And the Tornadoes improved to 5-4 in the USA South Conference, so over the 500 mark in the conference. A critical match as these two teams were jockeying and continue to work their way in those USA South Conference standings. Piedmont dropping to 3-6 in conference play. Tornadoes will be back in action on the road this weekend. A tri-match at Montgomery, Alabama. That's the home of Huntington College. They'll face off against Berea and Huntington. Then they're at Maryville on the 23rd, at Agnes Scott on the 26th, and back here at the Bosch for Senior Day on Saturday, October the 30th. Well, glad you're able to join us for this one. It was a lot of fun here at the Boschmore Gymnasium, and to see the Tornadoes come away with the 3-1 victory. I want to thank all those who made the broadcast possible, including members of the cross-country, tennis teams, women's basketball, softball, a cast of thousands here at the Boschmore Gymnasium. And special thanks to Joseph Marvin for handling all the statistical data as well. Well, your final score for the final time, Brevard 3, Piedmont 1. Go Tornadoes.